Soapot's headed for the Citadel.
Hi everyone, LazyFire here. Welcome back to Red Faction 2. We get to drive, or gun, for a tank this time. It works a little bit differently than the thing in the last game. For the most part, it's pretty close. Guns are on the left mouse button. Right mouse button fires. Right mouse button fires the main cannon. And for the most part, it's pretty easy. These guys are not going to pose a major threat to a tank no matter what. You do have to be a little bit more careful than you'd initially think in this area, though, because there are a few civilians you can accidentally take out. So I'm going to be a little cautious about the cannon for a little.
You napping up there?
One of the more annoying things about this is that these guys have this...
Just say so.
Some of these guys have this incredible tendency to get right next to the tank and just keep firing at you. So you can't always see them, or you can't always identify where they're firing on you from. So it's a little annoying in that way. But this area is more or less a bit of a showcase for the Geo-Mod engine, you'll see. Shrike is taking out these things just pretty easily. You can also blow them up, but it won't really do much good for you.
Status report.
We're in a bit of a tight spot. Nothing we can't handle, sir.
Don't want to know.
I never understood that line of dialogue, or that exchange.
Enemy soldiers all around us. Use the guns.
Yes, if you don't know what that means, you might get shot in the back quite a bit there. But it means that there were guys behind you firing, and they'll keep respawning too. But
I told you you'd fit.
no one asked.
Must you do things the hard way, Elias?
Yeah, these guys die pretty easily to this stuff. I am sorry, this is like one of those sections of the game that I find incredibly boring. There's not a lot going on here, and for the most part it's a lot of scripted sequences and not really anything special. Which, I mean, is unfortunate, because we could have driven the tank, and that would have been kind of cool.
We're getting slaughtered by the process. I'm transmitting their location.
Our people? I think not. Our people wouldn't let a few uglies stop them. I'm too far away to help. Shrike, Alias, where are you guys?
We can get there. Mission Molov, sir.
Granted, but do not get distracted from your primary objective. Sopot must die. Remember, we're all working for the same cause. Free elections. And the destruction of the technology that created those horrible creatures.
So there's a few of these different objectives that you can just grab randomly. For as much as I know, what we just did there, where we killed all those processed, that was us helping out the Red Faction. And I guess these guys, you can see the processed have a little bit of a monster zombie look to them. When you get up close to them later in the game, they don't look really great. They're also one of the few enemies in the game that will take 2 headshots from the second most powerful rifle, which is really annoying. This is not something to fire on. You actually get a red reticle sometimes when you...
Everything, you maniacs! I have forces in the area, remember? And tell them to get the hell out of the way.
Yeah, this is where you got to be a little careful about where you fire, because there are Red Faction guys in the location. And this is our first tank. We'll only be facing tanks in vehicles, so don't worry too much about them. And right there, those guys are trying to shuffle out of the alley. We just stopped them. Like I said before, there are quite a few of these sections in every vehicle area where you just have to kill a bunch of stuff and then you can move on because the game decides you can. This is not fun. This is actually anti-fun. I guess when I was 15, 16 and playing this game, I thought this was actually pretty neat. But looking back years later, this was really kind of rote and not fun at all. Hey, people with grenade launchers, they can probably... No, well, I blew them up.
Is it rush hour?
Fuck you, Shrike. Alright, so we saved the Red Faction forces from the processed. Oh, and if you notice there, I actually had shell drop on that shell I fired at that guy up there. Bye. Oh, I missed. Yeah, you can shoot these guys down pretty easily. As a matter of fact, I think it's actually easier to kill those the planes or helicopter things from the tank than it is from another plane. Can't prove that. But look at this. We didn't even make it 50 feet and we had another one of these short stop sessions where people just spawn infinitely. To be honest with you, ooh, that was a direct hit. But there are quite a few sections like that, even on foot, where the game decides that you are actually going to be taking on a little bit of a challenge where guys are just going to spawn for a while. In the previous level, when I just got into that sewer, if you stay there for a while, you can actually wait that out, and people will stop spawning, which is kind of neat. But at the same time, if you are trying... If you're like me, and you forgot how to play this game, nothing you can do about that one, by the way. This is all scripted. But if...
Anyone asks, that is planned.
Anyways, if you're like me and you forgot how to play this game, the first time I did the test run through that area where I fell through the sewer after the last vehicle section, I thought I actually had to climb up through that major hole. I didn't realize there was that ladder there. It's really an annoying little thing the game does that I really wish... That's why I wish there were HUD markers in this instead of just objectives. If it said climb ladder to get out of area, that would have made a little bit more sense, I think.
Friendly spotted. Check your fire.
Alright, don't just randomly fire on the tank here.
You're not the only one handy with explosives.
Right, I made the mistake of firing on that tank last time automatically. And more battle armor. Battle armor really is one of those things that the game tried to make kind of iconic about it. You do pilot it 3 or 4 times, and you do fight it a few times. Right here, I don't think the game expected you to kill that thing as fast as you did. So it has this pretty long stop for no good reason. You can see inside the buildings here, not really anything impressive. And up ahead, you can see that these guys are our friends. They look like processed from a distance, don't they? Anyways, we can take out this battle armor and get some extra points out of it. Let's do that.
Hey, do you suppose a tank is found on?
Oh well. So you also get a secondary objective right here. Destroying those two. Got the battle armor too. Not bad. I got pretty much everything I could out of this level. And I haven't seen one red star yet. There will inevitably be a red star though. It's almost predicted at this point because there are quite a few civilian and red faction forces that we can accidentally fire on still. Get out of the sky. I feel like I'm playing Battlefield all of a sudden because I'm shooting shit out of the air with a tank. Feeling pretty good about myself. How we doing on objectives? This section, by the way, there's no keyboard controls at all for this tank. So it's all mouse. So I'm not doing really anything with my left hand at all. So checking the score or checking the objective list is all I can really do. That was a good plan. I liked where he was going with that. Let's fire right in front of the... Let's get right in front of the gun of this tank. Alright. There we go. Downed them all. There's going to be a bit of a fracas right here. Definitely wanted this. I mean, I've taken almost no damage, so I guess sending a bunch of guys with wasps at me now is an okay thing to do. But if you were playing this on a difficulty where maybe you were a little outpaced by the game, which I don't think you could be at this point, but
there's the Citadel.
If you were, that might have been a dick area for you because those guys with the wasps
looks like a good place to park.
Will destroy you. And here comes scripted Geo-Mod.
Look sharp, Alias. Get to the compound's central courtyard. I doubt your entrance went unnoticed. The whole base will be on you in seconds.
Breach in section 8L.
What I want to know is why these are random army guys at Sopot's most defensible location.
Get the lead out.
Anyways, these guys are supposed to be at Sopot's most defensible location, the Citadel. But they're just like regular army guys, but the guys we faced in other areas have been armored up and everything. These guys have no armor. They actually die pretty easily. It makes me wonder. Actually, this is the fundamental issue I have with a lot of video games, which is... Yeah, I know.
Grenade!
Let him get killed. Like, if we're going after the bad guy, are the people that are forced to work for him, in this case conscripts, actually bad people as well? Does this make us mass murderers that just have no conscience? Or does this justify everything by the fact that the guy they're working for is bad and they should rebel like us, so they would be on the right side because they still have free will? Because obviously we, as the elite soldier, if no one was going to have free will, should have been us. They should have been very easily able to kill all of us and without any protests on our part, but they weren't able to. So it makes me wonder, oh, this is actually every first-person shooter I play where you're against this, like, obstinately evil group.
Useful and shut up.
Oh, hey, Ultor Corporation. Now remember, this game takes place only 5 years. I want to see something here. This game takes place only like 5 years or 7 years total after the first Red Faction game. So the weird, like, difference in all the weapons and what's available, it doesn't really make sense to me. I think some of the stuff that they pulled into this game was only after the first Red Faction game came out. You'll see it with like the Rail Driver, which makes a return, and some other guns where you're just like, it doesn't feel like that was initially supposed to be the Rail Driver from Red Faction. But it works nonetheless, so I'm not going to complain. That was really one of the my favorite guns to use in the other game. But in this game, it's really more of a situational thing.
Hey, Repta, did you see that shot?
Quit bragging, keep firing!
Oh yeah, and if you just...
Elias, it's starting to get hot out here. We need you.
What's really great about the assault rifle in this game is if you just have your gun aimed basically at their head and have this thing in the orange, for right now, it's basically going to kill everything. It just makes it a lot easier than it was in the previous game to actually fight people, which is one of the reasons why I keep saying that this game is actually a lot better in terms of combat than the previous Red Faction. This is a dangerous room. There is actually a bonus objective tied to that room. That is the easiest way to do it, is just walk right into the guy. Now listen to this music that's playing. I can't really place it, but I want to say System of a Down in a MIDI file format. There's a song that I think of.
The base schematic shows subterranean tunnels all over the place. If you're not up for a fight, one of them might get you to the objective faster.
Okay, well, that is true. One of them may get us there faster. As a matter of fact, now, you would think that maybe you just hit E at this thing? No. You blow it up. And it's not even that. If you try to blow that, the steam vent here doesn't blow up. Now, you could take this over land and get into some fights. Actually, hi there. You suck at this. Let me just blow up that steam vent too. Oops. Didn't quite work. Real quickly, I'm going to go down there and show this off. And look, night vision goggles. Second use of the game. That's pretty good. You can see this whole area is not exactly impressive. But it's what we're going to call home pretty soon. Because we're going to get down to one of these things and just wish the whole world away in a moment. Here we are. You can see that this is an area you can blow up and get out of. Geo-Mod. Geo-Mod, Geo-Mod. I really should have brought the nano grenade launcher out just to do that. But yeah, look at that. This is just kind of an explanation of how these things work. You can do this pretty much all underground, and that's actually how we're going to do this. but we're going to do it next time. Thanks for watching, everyone, and next time we're going to go right after Sopot and get to drive our first battle armor even. So thanks for watching. Bye.